Absolutely relentless. Well, now, there's only one point remaining now about this, and that is, can Sykes from somewhere find a big punch with which to halt Gardner in his tracks? It's his only hope. He can't outbox him, that's been proved. And he's not going to outlast him by the look of things. He needs a big punch, and he needs it right now, and he needs it desperately. Gloves of Gardner's are like sash weights coming at you. Found a punch, Sykes found a right hand. Sykes' mouth looking very much the worse for wear. Not short of courage, Sykes. Taken a lot. Very tired. Still trying to come back. Jim Brimmel's looking very closely at Sykes. Tremendous action fight. And Sykes has to give way and back off. The pressure was too great. But he backs himself up against the ropes. No place to be with Gardner. Still the punches rain on him. Sykes doesn't know where they're coming from. Puts his head down, goes in, and walks into another lashing, stinging attack of punches. Good right hand from Sykes. Doesn't seem to make any difference. That bell must be for Sykes. I think he hardly knows where he is. His body must be sore, his head must be ringing. And he says something to the corner. And whatever it is, it's nothing cheerful. Well, he has soaked up a lot of punishment, Sykes, and you've got to hand it to him for gameness, because he's still trying, he's fit, and how he wants this title. Because it's the one thing perhaps in life that will really get him up out of trouble that he seems to have been in most of his life. Jim Brimmel is coming over to have a look at him. The referee looking closely in, talking to the corner. And Jim Brimmel's backed off, and perhaps he said, well, we'll give you another round and see how it goes. Sykes rescue victory from the jaws of defeat. It looks very unlikely. Perhaps this fight will prove to a lot of people that John L. Gardner is a much better fighter than people give him credit for. I know he's got a fairly inexperienced man in front of him, but what a job he's done on him. And he hasn't boxed too badly either. And anybody who can keep up this sort of pressure on you has to be someone to be reckoned with. Lacks a bit in height and reach, but he does exert pressure. Sykes doesn't know which way to go to avoid it. There's going to be no respite because Gardner's not that sort of man. The end could be very near here. Can't put him down, but he's doing everything else to him. And he's turned away, and that was the sign. He turned away, and that was what Grimmer was waiting for. He turned away, and Gardner remains the British and Commonwealth heavyweight champion. There was no coming back from that for Sykes. The moment he turned away from the punishment, Jim Brimble knew he'd had enough, and very sensibly he moved in to stop it there and then in the 6th round. So the great chance in life for Sykes has come and gone without success, and John L. Gardner has proved himself tonight a very worthy holder of the British and Commonwealth heavyweight titles in that first defence. John, congratulations. You must be well pleased with that performance.
Yeah, very, very pleased. Very pleased. I'd say it's one of the best performances I've ever given in my life.
It went off at a fair old pace. You went off like a couple of lightweights.
Yeah, I think I've gone down to a lightweight with the sweat I've done.
Did he ever really give you trouble at any time?
He stung me with one right hand, but as I kept saying to it, all my manager and my family, all the press kept saying, you know, one right hand, and that's good night for John. Well, he caught me with a couple of right hands, and it wasn't good night, was it? It was nearly, I nearly had a nap, but not asleep.
You do put pressure on people. Your work rate is very, very high. You must be tremendously fit.
Well, I don't like self-praise. Is no recommendation, but I must be very fit. Yeah.
I know that you've always said that one of your ring heroes was Marciano, and you've got that look about you, a man who keeps pressure on somebody. I mean, you do model yourself on him, don't you?
Yeah. I was starting to slow down a bit. Terry said, like, you know, keep the pressure on because, like, he's an old man. Keep going, you know. And you know, he said to me, just think if I was out there fighting you, how would I feel? And it spurred me on, you know.
Never mind about an old man. I wish I was as old as Paul Sykes. So we're with Terry Lawler-Shabazian. Good performance, Terry.
Good for you.
Thanks, John.
We had a set plan before the fight, and John stuck to it admirably. You know, I thought we did a first-class job.
What do you think your next plan is for him?
Well, the European title fight is July the 11th, and John was nominated as the first reserve, so figures he'll be next one into Europe.
And he fights who?
Well, it's at the moment Rigetti is fighting. I'm too excited.
Never mind. He may fight for the European title very short. That's the next one.
Is the champion, and
right.
He's fighting
the
Rigetti.
European title is the next.
Yep.
The next
season. Yep.
Okay, Ted. Well, congratulations to you both. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Harry, can you just say one thing to two boys in hospital? I visited them at London Hospital. One's got a broken leg. His name's Nicky, and a boy was born with a bent spine. He's just operation. I hope the operation is a success. Nigel, his name is. I'll be in tomorrow, Nicky, and I'll be in tomorrow, Nigel, to visit you. Good night.
Well done, John. So there we are. John L. Gardner has successfully defended his British and Commonwealth heavyweight titles. And from that action, we move now to